Hey, there are three things that are hindering your success. Just three things. Do you know what they are? I'm going to give you these three things right now. And it's basically because we haven't learned to master these three things. Once we can master these three things, then pretty much there's nothing that can hold us back. So the first thing is, now they're not easy. If they were easy, everyone would be doing them, which is why it takes a bit of mastery. So number one is our emotions. We do not master our emotions, they pretty much master us. Now, how do we master our emotions? What is the reasoning there? Basically, what happens is certain things happen, we have a judgment towards them, this triggers a reaction, it triggers a response, and normally there's two sides of the brain, the foresight, hindsight. So we get chucked into the amygdala. Now, the amygdala is the older part of our brain, and it's pretty much there for survival. We'll be looking at fight, flight, or freeze. So pretty much then we get triggered. Now the thing with this amygdala, it's just there for survival. So it's pretty much, there's not a hell of a lot of managerial intelligence happening in there. It's just basically, it's just a quick fix. So it pretty much then releases adrenaline, cortisol, and all the stress hormones in our body, and that basically shuts off our managerial side, the later part of our brain, which is the prefrontal cortex. So our IQ kind of then quarters, and there's no real life or death threat. It's just basically we're in a state of stress, and then we find that we don't deal with it properly. So that's number one. We've got to learn how to master our emotions and to get ourselves out of the amygdala part of the brain and into the managerial side of the brain. So that's number one. Number two is procrastination. On so many of the success groups and forums that I'm on, so many people say, how do I fix procrastination? How do I change procrastination? How do I remedy it? And procrastination is a really bad loop. It's a rough cycle, because basically procrastination then just leads us to then time bankruptcy, because you're wasting time, and then it's scarcity. You then run into complete overwhelm, and then basically you just shut down even more, and that leads us straight back into more procrastination, which is a really vicious cycle. So until such time as we can master procrastination, it's going to master us. How do you master procrastination? You've got to understand it, you've got to see why it's happening, and you've got to look around it to see what the deeper truths are, so that it can be remedied and seen for what it is. Point number three is a strategy. We very rarely adopt a success strategy. We pretty much all hit and miss, and well, if we're lucky, we're lucky. If we're not, we're not. So we do have certain aspirations and dreams and things, but we're obviously negatively biased towards them. And we don't actually have a following through. We don't have a step-by-step plan that can lead us towards and to actually create a spiral. We're basically knocking around in our existing loop because we're doing the same thing over and over and expecting change. You know what Einstein said about that. So what we're wanting to do is we're basically wanting to optimize a whole bunch of new habits and new strategies so we can pull ourselves out of that, and then actually you want to ascend the whole thing so that your loop becomes a success spiral. That's your ultimate loop. Now the course 3 Keys to Sustain Success is on Success Loops Mastery. It's very affordable, it's concise and to the point, it's not going to waste anybody's time. And so it's not going to cost you a lot of money, and it's not going to cost you a lot of time, but it's worthwhile checking out. So why not explore and optimize the 3 keys to sustain success? And while you're there, feel free to check out the Crush Negativity in 21 Days. There's a short course of 10 days. There is the free course, Training with Titans, where we share the success secrets of people like Tony Robbins, Gary Vee, Dean Graziosi, John Assaraf, Neil Donald Welch, and a whole bunch of them. The exciting news is the next course I'm creating is going to be for free as well. It's also going to be my lead magnet, and that is going to be Slay Depression. So it's all about breaking through anxiety, stress, and depression. The global cases of that at the moment are higher than they've ever been, and this is pretty much something I'm really excited about, and something I'm very close to my heart, because I want to see those global statistics drop drastically. Tony Robbins said that the quality of your life is directly proportional to the quality of your relationships. There is intimate connection, for all about empowering relationship, creating a love that lasts. It's about creating a relationship that is built to last and can handle anything that comes in its way, and that and lends itself to more fulfillment, more harmony, more bliss. It's awesome. You're welcome to check that out too. If you're wanting to know why 90% of companies do not last 5 years from startup, then check out the Creating a Healthy Corporate Culture, and it's all about making your workspace a happy space, and why 10% of companies last longer than 5 years, and why 90%, which is a huge statistic, don't even make it past the 5-year mark. All these courses are designed to be to the point, not waste your time. They're all designed to be super affordable. So if you want to know the empowered strategies of the super successful, feel free to check out these courses. The link will either be in the title or in the description or in the comments somewhere. Feel free to click on that and go check it out.
The Big Cigar.